Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria, and today we're going to be talking about some books that I read in January that I am currently obsessed with. So I really don't feel like filming like end of month wrap-ups. I will if you want me to. Let me know down in the comments if that's like actually something you want me to do. But I was thinking instead of that, we could do this video, which is books from that month that I was obsessed with. So let me know if that is something that you would rather me do, but that is what we're going to be doing in January. So I have a couple to talk about, but before we get into that, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Ana Luisa. You guys know that I have worked with Ana Luisa a handful of times before, and I truly love their jewelry. If you go back on any of my videos from the last like year and a half, I will be wearing Ana Luisa jewelry in that video. It might not be the first hole, but the second, third holes will have Ana Luisa jewelry in them for sure. All of my videos from at least the last 4 months, they're like first and second hole Ana Luisa jewelry. I love their jewelry so much. They are high quality, they're beautiful, they are just like absolutely stunning pieces that last so long and are so comfortable to wear on your body. All of their packaging and their jewelry is also carbon neutral, which I absolutely love, especially in today's political climate where people are not caring about the earth as much as they should. So I love that this jewelry company takes that time to make sure that their jewelry and their packaging is sustainable for the earth. All of their packaging comes in either reusable or cardboard recyclable materials. So I absolutely love that, and it means a lot to me as a person for my companies to be doing that. The two pieces that they sent me this time are this beautiful necklace that I'm wearing, which has these little charms on it. There's like a heart, there is a bow, and I'm in my bow era right now. I love a bow. And there is a butterfly, and then I think there's like a little star, and I absolutely love it. When I saw it on the website, I think it's just like so cute. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in on my chest. Okay, ready? It is so cute and delicate, and it just sits so nicely. So like there's the little bow. Is it gonna focus? We'll see. But there's the little bow, this is a little like star, little heart, and I think it's just like so cute. This is a little butterfly right here. So I absolutely love it. I am a gold girly for sure. All of my jewelry that I get is gold, but they do have plenty of silver options. So I really love this necklace. I love the length of it on me. It's adjustable, so there are different lengths that you can choose. You can make it shorter, you can make it longer. But I think that this is just like the perfect length with this like cut of shirt that I'm wearing. And I think it sits so nicely on my neck. So I absolutely love that. And then I am an earrings girly, so I usually do like to get earrings from them. It is the jewelry that I wear most often. So for this time, this third hole and second hole are both also Ana Luisa jewelry, but the one that they sent me is actually this one in my first hole, and it is this huggy hoop, which I have talked about before from their jewelry. I love a huggy hoop. It means that the backside of the hoop goes into the earring, so there is nothing poking you. So when you lay down or anything, there's nothing behind you that's poking you. It doesn't hurt in any way, which I love because I sleep in all of my jewelry. I shower in all of my jewelry. I do my whole life in all of my earrings. So it's really nice to not have that like pokingness and not having that like fear that the backing is gonna come out and it's gonna fall off. But the exciting thing about these ones that they sent me is this little dangle. And I love it. It's like a little moon, and it's the cutest thing ever because it's interchangeable. So along with these little adorable like bedazzled moon ones, this package that I got when you buy this specific pair comes with 3 charms. So you have the moon ones, you have these little like heart with the arrow through them, and then you have the little stars. Can you see them? The little stars. So if I wanted to change them out, I just take off the earring, and it's like this. Sorry, my nails. So it's like a beautiful, like studded, bedazzled front with a little hanging thing. And then you just slip the charm off the back. And let's say I wanted to put on the little heart ones because Valentine's Day is coming up. So I take out the little heart charm, and it comes in this little tiny bag that I will definitely be keeping them in. That is a great way to keep them safe so that I don't lose them. And I just take out one of the charms. Here is the little charm. Can you see it? And it just dangles there. And then here's the earring, and you just slip it right on the end. And now you have a brand new earring. It's different. And I have my little moon one that can go right back into the package. So I absolutely love that. I am going to take this little heart one back off and put my moon one on, just because I am wearing the moon ones today. Like, I don't want it to be different than the one that I'm wearing next to me on the other ear. But I guess technically you could, like, there's a star charm, so you could do like a moon and a star, or like a heart and a moon, or anything like that. You can like interchange them. This is just one set that I got. I believe, I have to look it up, but it was a specific set on their website. I will link this specific set down below, but I know that there was also another set that had different charms on it. There was one that had like a little bow charm and one that had little cherry charms. And if you're a Welcome to the Dark Side fan, then you'll know that I was very tempted by the cherry charms. I almost got that one, but I love this. I think it's so, so cute and nice and like customizable, so that like I can change it depending on my mood, and it just like adds a little something extra where it's like still the huggy hoop like I normally wear, but it has that little extra bedazzle on it. So I absolutely love them. I am so, so thankful to Ana Luisa for sending me these pieces. Now is the perfect time to head over and grab yourself or a friend or a partner something from Ana Luisa, because jewelry makes a fabulous gift for Valentine's Day, which is coming up very, very soon. I am actually doing a Galentine's Day party with some friends, and we're doing a white elephant gift exchange during this Galentine's Day party. So I will be heading on over and purchasing my own jewelry piece to gift to some friends at this white elephant gift exchange. So I'm very, very excited about that. It is the perfect place, whether you're getting it for yourself to treat yourself, getting it for a partner, getting it for a friend, a family member, whatever. It is the perfect, perfect time to grab a gift for Valentine's Day. You can get up to 25% off of your purchase. The link will be in my description that you can click and head on over and buy yourself some jewelry. So thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. Now we are going to get into the actual bookish part of this video, where I will be talking about some books that I am absolutely obsessed with that I read in January. The first one that I want to talk about is a book that I read when I was really, really in my reading slump. So at the beginning of January, I was like really struggling reading slump wise. I was not having a good time. It was truly, truly terrible how I was not connecting to any books. And then I was like, I need something entirely different than what I had been trying. And on my Kindle, I grabbed His Tesoro by Amelia Rossi. I don't know if you have seen this video, but I will link it in the description and in the cards if you haven't. But I did a video where I talked about my favorite tropes, and then I did one book that I love from that trope and one book that was on my TBR for this trope. And His Tesoro was one of the ones that I had in that video that was on my TBR. I got it as a rec from Ava, from Ava's Romance Books, and I loved this book. Even in the middle of a reading slump, this is the one book that I could focus on. It was so, so good. It is a mafia romance where the hero becomes absolutely obsessed with the heroine. He falls so, so hard for her. And it was so, so good. The hero in this one is the Don of the Italian Mafia, and he has a tragic backstory like most Dons of the Mafia do. You know, his life has not been easy, and he is in the middle of a mafia war type battle with the Russians and, one of the others. It's not the Irish, but it's another like mafia that they are in a battle against. They do not agree. They don't get along. And he decides to make an alliance with the Russians. So he marries the daughter of the head of the Russian mafia to solidify their alliance. He does not want to marry anyone, but he's like, fine, to solidify the alliance, I guess I have to do this. So he shows up and he's like, we're gonna do this today. We're just gonna go for it right now, because if I have to wait longer, I won't do it. He is standing at the end of the aisle, and who should come down the aisle but a woman in a wheelchair. And so he was uninformed that the heroine is chronically ill. She is disabled. She has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a condition that causes her like joints and limbs to be like flexible. And so her joints are very loose and they can pop in and out. She has a lot of pain from it, a lot of chronic pain from it. And so she is a wheelchair user. And he takes this in stride. I was really worried when I knew that it was gonna be like mafia and disability rep, that I was worried how it was gonna go, but because it was a recommendation from Avery, I know that I can trust Avery's disability representation recommendations. I loved the way that this was dealt with. I thought it was fabulous. The hero, like, you have some certain parts where the hero is like, how can I fix you? And it is because he's so uninformed, he doesn't know, but he learns and he does like absolutely adorable things, like buying her a fully custom wheelchair, which was just like, oh my God. And like doing anything that he can to help with her pain, to protect her. All he wants is just to protect her. He is like the most protective hero ever. So it was so, so cute. I absolutely loved it. I was just like completely obsessed with the heroine and how she had been like completely cut off from socialization from her father because he was embarrassed by her disability, to having all of these Italian mafia men at her feet, like her guard, the second in command. All of these people are just like melt when they're around her. She is just the kind of person that you just like can't help but love. And I love that she has that much power over these men without even realizing it. And because she does have that power over like her bodyguard and the second in command, the hero becomes even more like jealous and possessive. And it's just like, it was so, so good. Like I said, I read this on Kindle Unlimited, so I don't know if there is an audiobook for it, but I did absolutely love it and would highly, highly recommend it. I had so, so much fun with it. Then the next book that I have, which is the one that like officially got me out of my reading slump, that is The Moon and His Tides by Gianna Darling. So Gianna Darling, all of her books are connected, and she has like the same universe for all of her books. And she has the family, the Lombardi family. And if you've read the Affair series, that's one of the sisters. If you've read the Enslaved duet, that what it's called, Enslaved duet, that's another one of the sisters. The Anti-Heroes in Love duet, that's the third sister. And we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for the brothers books. Because we knew with all of these hints from all of his like glimpses in these previous series with his sisters, we've seen glimpses of him and his relationship. And if you've read Anti-Heroes in Love, you know that it's very briefly mentioned that it is an MMF relationship. So I have been waiting and waiting because I knew she could do a poly relationship, and oh my gosh, we got the first book in Sebastian's trilogy, and that is The Moon and His Tides. Sebastian is a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed dreamer who wants to be an actor, and he is living in Hollywood, and he is an aspiring actor and screenwriter, I guess, and he gets this job as the chauffeur for Adam, and I think her name is Savannah. Do I want to go with the fact that her name is Savannah, or do I want to double check that? We're just gonna go with it. I think her name's Savannah. That could be wrong. I'm pretty positive it's Adam, but I don't remember if it's actually Savannah. That might have just been something I made up in my head. Anyway, he becomes the driver for this power couple in Hollywood, Adam and Savannah. So Adam and Savannah are married, and Adam is like a big shot actor who is one of Sebastian's like idols. And Savannah is not an actor, but she runs the business side of things. So she's like Adam's manager and makes him the person that helped make him famous. Sebastian enters into a relationship with the two of them. He like lives on the property with them and becomes the third in their relationship. And I loved, like I said, how bright-eyed and dreamery Sebastian was. I like truly loved his character, but I'm also so terrified because this is a trilogy and I just know that Gianna is going to like break that poor boy down and like make him so sad. And I'm just like, oh. You guys know I have difficulty with messy, angsty romances, but if anyone can handle it, if anyone can make me love it, it's Gianna Darling. So I am excited for the second and third one because I did absolutely love this first one, but just know that even though this first one, it's definitely messy. The first one is definitely messy, but you just know that the second and third one are gonna be so much messier. So I loved this so much. The audiobook was fabulous. I got an advanced copy of the audiobook from Gianna and it was so well done. It is 3 narrators and the accent that she has for Sebastian, he is Italian, so she has that Italian accent, and just literally the spice in this book is like, they're like banging by chapter 3. And the spice to be like whispered such spicy things in my ears by a beautiful like Italian accent, I was just like, whoa, I can't listen to this in public. We gotta go home kind of moment where I was like, that doesn't happen to me very often, but I was like, oh shit, it's chapter 3 and this is how spicy it is. I gotta go. So I absolutely loved this and I am so excited for book 2 and 3 and also terrified because it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. The next one that I have is one that I actually just finished today, and that is Broken Beginnings by Cleo Evans. I loved this. I had been recommended this a bunch of times by people saying that it was similar to Bourbon and Lies. So if you liked Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder, then they were like, you'll like Broken Beginnings by Cleo Evans. And I completely agree with that assessment that it fits so much. The setup of the story is very similar to Bourbon and Lies, but I love the way that they're different, you know? Like they do have like the similar setup, but I love both of them and they are very different. So Broken Beginnings is about a heroine who is from this small town. She basically, I think, was raised by her grandmother. I think her mom, like they don't talk about her mom being dead. I literally think her mom just like dipped and left her and her sister with her grandmother. And she knew that she did not belong in this small town. She is outspoken. She is the kind of person that asks a lot of questions. I apologize if you can hear the construction outside. It decided to just start. They're really cutting into my time. Guys, that's so annoying. What was I saying? Oh, she is the kind of person that asks a lot of questions. She's the kind of person that's like not gonna like just like settle for the status quo. And that makes her not super popular in this small town. She is basically sort of bullied, but like basically like picked on by this guy who actually ends up being the hero. So she leaves this small town. She hasn't talked to her family in like ages. She lost touch with her sister, all these things. And she comes back to town, knocks on her grandmother's door and is like, can I stay with you? And her grandmother's like, what's going on? And she's like, my neighbor got murdered and I witnessed it. And she thinks that this killer who killed her neighbor is coming after her. In the town, she ends up getting this job for like a short-term job at the winery in town that is actually owned by her childhood bully. And they have so much attraction. Like the sexual tension between these two is so strong. And the hero is very much like the kind of thing where he was insecure when he was younger. He didn't know how to react. He didn't know, which is not an excuse, but he didn't know how to deal with it. He didn't know how to deal with his feelings, and he like lashed out at the heroine. But he is so attracted to her, and like I said, the sexual tension, it's so strong. And so they actually developed a relationship, and it is very spicy. Like the spice is spicing in this one. And the breeding kink was not something that I thought I would like, but I was I was not mad at it. And I really, really enjoyed myself. The suspense was very, very good. I did not suspect the ending. I loved the little twist. I did have like a slight idea of what was gonna happen, and I was slightly correct, but their big twist was really exciting, and I had a great time with it. Absolutely loved it. Would highly recommend. Then the next one that I have is the Broken Bloodlines series by Sadie Kincaid. I read book 1 and book 2 in this series in January only because book 3 doesn't come out until March. Otherwise, I would have immediately started book 3, but I'm obsessed with these books. I am absolutely obsessed. This is a paranormal Why Choose vampire romance series where the heroine has no idea that she has powers. She grew up in foster care. She's had a rough childhood, and when she exits foster care at 18, so she gets to college and she is walking around. She sees these 3 dudes attack this woman, and she's like, excuse me, what's going on? And then realizes that they are sucking her blood and that they are vampires. And she's like, oh shit, I won't tell anyone. And they're like, yeah, we don't trust you. And so they end up basically like following her around and are like kind of taunting her, but they're also like obsessed with her. Then there's also this 4th vampire who is much, much older and much more powerful, and he is a bloodline vampire. So he was born a vampire, whereas the other 3 guys were sired vampires, and they were actually sired by the older guy. And this becomes a Why Choose romance with all 4 of those guys. All 4 are vampires, and they are like, this heroine is super fucking powerful. This girl is the last ancient creature that exists. I thought they were extinct. And so she's super fucking powerful, and they end up bonding with her. They all fall in love, and it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. So I loved this series. I read book 1 and then immediately went into book 2. I read these both on Kindle Unlimited, but I do know now that they both have audiobooks. I just read them both on Kindle Unlimited. I fucking loved these. I was obsessed. Seriously, the spice is spicing in these 2 books. Sadie Kincaid's spice. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Just like wow. I'm obsessed. I love this. This is my crack. Like, Why Choose paranormal is everything that I need in my life. That is what I wanted. And this hit so hard while I was reading it. I had so much fucking fun with it. So highly recommend if you want a fun, spicy, good time. They're so good. Just know that the 2nd book ends on like a crazy cliffhanger, and the 3rd book doesn't come out until fucking March. So it's so good. I loved it. Then the last book that I want to talk about is Finding Home by Lauren Rowe. I got an ARC of this book. It is not currently out. I will put on the screen when the release date is. The other books are all out already, like that I read as ARCs, but this one I just don't know when it comes out, so I'll leave the release date on the screen. But this one, I got my ALC, pressed play, did not turn it off until I finished it. Oh my god, I am a huge Lauren Rowe fan. I have read Lauren Rowe's entire backlist. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for her to release a new book. I have messaged with her. I knew she had a lot coming in 2025, and she starts off with a bang. This book was so good. I'm giving it 5 stars. I am obsessed with it. This one, if you don't know, Lauren Rowe has a universe kind of like Gianna Darling, like I was saying, where all of her books are connected. The character that this Finding Home is Caleb Baumgarten, also known as C-Bomb, who is the drummer for Red Card Riot. A lot of Lauren Rowe's books are musician romances or surrounding the music industry. So Reed Rivers is the owner of this record label called River Records, and all of his artists who are signed to this record label have gotten books. So we have a duet for Layla Fitzgerald and Adrian Savage. We have Bodyguard, which is Aloha Carmichael. We have a whole bunch of different ones. Rockstar is Dax from 22 Goats. Smitten and Swoon are the other 2 members of 22 Goats, which is a band that's signed to this record label. But the one that we have heard about since the beginning, because it was the first band that River Records ever signed, but we have not had books for them, is Red Card Riot. And C-Bomb Caleb Baumgarten, his character has been mentioned in all of these books, and he has bad blood with Dax from Rockstar. So we have all been waiting for his redemption story. This is that. And it was so, so good. Lauren Rowe is very much known for her humor. She has so much humor when she writes. And this one deals, it still has that humor. She kept the essence of that humor while still doing a fabulous, fabulous job at tackling very triggering, difficult subject matter. This book is about Caleb, who is, like I said, the drummer for Red Card Riot, and he had a hard life. He has had issues with substance abuse, and when he got this girl pregnant a while ago, he was like, yeah, I will pay child support, but I don't want to see the kid. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to, you can raise it. I don't want to know about it. But he pays her like 30 grand a month or something for child support. And so when the mother of that child is killed, he realizes that his lawyer tells him that he needs to step up because the mother of the child's father, the mother of the child's name is Claudia. So Claudia's father put in a petition for custody of this kid. And Caleb knows very little about Claudia and her life, but he does know that Claudia hated her father and referred to him as the monster. And so he's like, shit, I cannot let my child be held in the hands of this man. And so he steps up and he works with the woman who is currently taking care of his child, who is Claudia's best friend. Aubrey, her name is Aubrey, and she has been taking care of the baby since Claudia died. And so he helps support her claim for custody to make sure that the father of Claudia's father does not get custody. So it deals with very triggering topics, like I said, domestic violence, childhood molestation, substance abuse, death of a parent, a whole bunch of different things. And it was so, so well done. We got all of the things that I wanted from this book and more. And I truly, truly loved Caleb's character. I loved how complex he was and understanding the events that led up to everything that happened in his life and how he has grown so much. And he now, looking back on those, is like, I can't believe that I reacted that way, but also like, I know better now and I know how to react better. And so we do get that redemption between him and Dax, which I was really hoping that we would see. And it was so good. I absolutely fucking loved this. So read it whenever it comes out. Like I said, I'll have the release day on the screen, but absolutely loved this. That is the last one that I want to talk about. Those are all of the books that I absolutely loved reading in January. So that is going to be it for this video. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe, stick around, see more content from me, and make sure to head to the link in my description to grab yourself, your friend, your partner, some jewelry for Valentine's Day from Ana Luisa. I love their pieces so, so much and you will not regret it. But that's gonna be it. So I hope that you have the absolute best day. Bye.